it's our second largest export market, and it will reduce sales. There's no question. Our estimates at this point, and these are very rough, but we would expect another 10 to 15% drop. And what we need in the end is we need the U.S. Trade Representative to come up with a modernized NAFTA that we can all work with. Where we're at on trade deficit, I don't think is sustainable for the long-term health of the country. I might just choose different ways of trying to deal with it instead of, taking extreme positions one way or another.
We're inflicting some needless pain out on our farm families, and that's just not necessary. Our communities around Nebraska and rural communities around the entire upper Midwest depend on agriculture, and certainly as pork producers, we're a big part of that. And adding to uncertainty at this time in their operations and what they do is not a good thing. If there's tariffs imposed, people think it's just farmers that get hurt. It's the entire community, the entire state, the entire upper Midwest where agriculture is so important, because we're not living alone out on the farm and not seeing anyone. We are connected economically to our entire population up here. And so are we going to get hurt? I hope not. We're also suffering because of the steel tariffs, which was the genesis of all this. Everything we do involves steel, whether we're building buildings or buying equipment, or everything connected to us on the farm, our fencing, everything else is steel related. So we're seeing increased prices from those things too. So it is kind of a domino thing. When you put a tariff or a duty on, it doesn't affect just that product, but it affects numerous products, numerous people, and numerous farm communities and families, and that's tough on our economy.
I'm not advocating for them at all. I wish they weren't going to happen. But it's part of life. And I'd like to see the bigger picture. We got to remember the big picture here, not just this or that. No, I don't want my industry to be picked on. But we can deal with life and move forward, and let's find out what he's going to do. In the long term, if you just have a long-term perspective, and this is a long-term industry, I mean, we think in terms of generations, we're going to do fine.